Hey guys, I'm Ryan.
I'm Adam.
And this is Two Neighbors. So Adam, what are we checking out today?
All right, guys, we are binging OverSimplified like it's our job, and this is our job now. Not actually, but we are doing OverSimplified. This is called the Emu War. So this takes place, I'm pretty sure, in Australia. So it's an interesting title. I don't know, I roughly know what it's about because I lived in Australia for 2 years. But I'm really excited to kind of know the whole story on it, or the oversimplified version.
I have no idea what it's about. And at first, okay, so emu, I actually thought maybe it was like EMU, like initials for something, because I'd never heard of it. So, yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
This is Australia. For the man who imagines being strangled by a tarantula while a kangaroo breaks his kneecaps and thinks, yes please. For the man who pictures himself being eaten by a snake in the burning outback while eating a Vegemite sandwich and thinks, yes,
have you ever had Vegemite?
Yes.
And that
it's
man
good.
was Governor Arthur Phillip, who landed in Eastern Australia in 1788, presumably saw a dingo being eaten by a crocodile, being eaten by a death adder, being eaten by a koala, being eaten by Mel Gibson, and thought to himself, yes. Good. Now I know what you're thinking, but oversimplified, the British didn't discover Australia, the Vikings did. And you'd be wrong. I'm not sure why you'd think that. But hey, if you love Vikings so much, then why don't you check out today's sponsor? Vikings War of Clans was inspired by the PC strategy and RPG games of the 90s we all love, like Age of Empires and Civilization. If you, like me, want to relive those memories again with a new experience, then this mobile game is for you. Vikings lets you choose your own playstyle, and what makes its world so addictive is that more than 20 million online players are constantly changing the way it evolves by never-ending fighting over resources, forging new alliances, and competing in live events. Support my channel by downloading Vikings for free, only from my links in the description box below, and get the special bonus of 200 gold coins and a protective shield. Buy! Man, this is great! The market will continue to grow forever, but what if it doesn't? Oh crap, I never thought of that! Sell! And the stock market crashed, which led to economic downturn, which meant banks wouldn't lend anyone any money, which led to more economic downturn, which meant everyone stopped buying stuff, which led to more economic downturn. And hey, what if all the crops in the Great Plains were destroyed in a drought, and then a big dust storm engulfed the area? That's right, more economic downturn. And in an effort to combat the crisis, America began imposing tariffs on foreign imports, which made the economic downturn go global, and the earth got really depressed. But one nation that was hit harder than most by the whole affair, Australia. The problem for Australia was that it relied heavily on its export industries, and in the current economic climate, no one was buying. To make things worse, Australia had introduced its own currency and pegged it onto the gold standard via the British pound. But then the UK started messing with its own peg on the gold standard, and if this is starting to sound confusing, then let me oversimplify it for you. Hey UK, looks like my car is broken down. Want to give me a tow? No problem, friend, I got you. More economic downturn. The point I'm trying to make is things weren't good, and in particular, it was Australia's farmers that were suffering most. After the First World War, Australia had given returning veterans land for farming, but with the current economic crisis, the farmers just weren't making enough money, and many left to go find work in the cities. But for those who remained, things were about to get even worse. Before we get into that, it's time for some cultural exchange. My national bird is the bald eagle. It's a strong patriotic symbol of America and a deeply valued and protected species. My national bird is the peafowl. It's a beautiful creature whose vivid colors represent India, so we list it as a protected species. My national bird is the emu, and it's a pest. Also bloody delicious. Emus, 6 feet tall, 90 to 120 pounds, and able to run at speeds up to 40 miles per hour, usually return to the coast after their breeding season. But suddenly they found Western Australia full of lush, wet farmland. Oh my, look at all this delicious wheat that just so happens to be growing here in large quantities. Hey guys, get a load of this. You know mine. Look at all this delicious wheat. Just so happens to be growing here in Hey, who left this big hole in the fence? Guys, get a load of this. Oh wow. What I am. What a lovely morning for sun farming. What? Those damned emus, they have it in for me. They're bullies. They're nothing but bullies. Calm down, Bruce. They're just animals. It's not personal. Hey, Farmer Bruce. Where did you find that hat? The toilet? Yes. 20,000 emus cost the already struggling farmers millions more pounds in lost crops and damages. The situation couldn't continue like this. Something had to be done. So in 1932, the farmers turned to the government for help. You'd think they'd go to the Minister of Agriculture, but these farmers said no. This is a job for the military. So they went to George Pearce, the Minister of Defense. That's right, Australia was to go to war with the emus. But not everyone was happy with the idea. This is barbaric. We can't go slaughtering thousands of our own national birds.
Yeah,
Come on, guys.
war.
The machine guns will make it quick and painless. Machine guns? You're using machine guns? This is animal cruelty. Look, I know it's unusual, but it's not like we're poachers turning the birds into feather hats. Think of the benefits. It'll be good target practice for our boys. The government can show it took action. Plus, I can get myself a nice new feather hat. Did I say feather hat? I meant I want to gather chat with you about getting you all some nice new feather hats. Did I say feather hats? I meant I want to wage terror at these emus and turn them all into feather hats. Damn it! Of course, Pearce first made the farmers sign an agreement saying that they would pay for the whole thing and that Pearce wouldn't take any of the blame if the operation, that was clearly very stupid, turned out to indeed be stupid. And the operation went ahead. Major G.P.W. Meredith and his men were sent with 2 Lewis machine guns to hunt down and take out the evil emu population in Western Australia. Target spotted. Well, was it an emu? No, sir. It's an emo. Damn it, Jones. Learn your vowels. I'm sorry. Okay, it looks like the humans are coming for us. But check this out. I've come up with an amazing plan. See if you can follow me here, okay? When they approach, we run away. Sir, you're a genius. Pearce sent a camera crew along with the machine gunners to capture some good old propaganda for the government. And the first battle took place in November at Campion. The men spotted a mob of emus from a distance, so they set up the guns and opened fire. The emus split up into smaller groups and ran in every direction. The men were only able to kill what they called a number of birds, but the vast majority got away. Cut! Surprisingly, many of the emus were able to take multiple bullets, but still run at full speed to safety, causing Meredith to compare them to tanks, saying if we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. Okay, we need to get closer. No, you idiots, not to me, to the emus. Oh, sorry. No. I like it. So next, they tried sneaking up on a large number of emus near a local dam and firing at short range. Maybe the men were just unlucky, but my professional opinion says the emus were magic, because both guns jammed after just 12 emus were killed, and once again, the rest got away. Cut! The men were feeling a little humiliated after losing to a pack of discount ostriches, so they decided to move further south, where the emus were said to be tamer. And this time, they had a new strategy. Okay, Jones, here's the plan. You mount the machine gun in the back, I'll chase the emus, you shoot. Got it? Got it. I'm gonna shove that camera up your... The operation was a fiasco, and the press had a field day. In Parliament, Pearce was lambasted, and an opposition party member suggested that medals should be handed out to the emus, who had won every round so far. Pearce, feeling quite humiliated, called the operation off, but 4 days later the farmers approached again and said, "Hey man, the emus are still eating all our crops. Can you send the army back out here?" And Pearce was like, "Yeah, okay." So the operation was back on for round 2. And this time Meredith and his men had learned the emus' guerrilla tactics and were much more successful, with reports suggesting the men were cutting down 300 emus every week. I hope you boys are getting great footage of this. What on earth are you filming? Despite the success, the media had lost interest in the whole thing. But with 1,000 emus killed, Pearce finally ended the operation and returned to Parliament declaring victory for the humans. So there were 20,000 emus out there destroying crops, and you've killed 1,000. Meaning there's still 19,000 emus out there. Yep. And in addition, you've burned through 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Meaning you wasted 10 rounds per confirmed kill. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one for the emus. At least I got a feather hat. What? So in the end, the emus won the Great Emu War of 1932, and the emus continued to wreak havoc on the farmers for years to come. The government introduced a bounty system, which saw some success. But for a moment, let's take some time to remember the brave men who said goodbye to their families and risked their lives to take on the great evil emu population in Western Australia. But even more importantly, let's think of the friends they made, the bond they created, and the memories they shared.
Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Take me home to golden fields and sights of days gone by. It's where the heart lies with stories on.
Hey, guys? I solved the emu crisis. Really? How? I just made some better fences.
Well done.
Yeah.
What a funny story.
Yeah. That was good. I didn't even know that was a thing.
The national bird was causing them chaos.
Yeah.
It's like kangaroos. Kangaroos are pests in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're everywhere.
I love like, I've never been to Australia. I love watching like videos though, like people, all they know about like kangaroos is from what they see on TV. So
Yeah.
like, oh, kangaroo, and they're like, they can be like vicious,
Oh, they're
right? Like,
very
they
aggressive.
see them like jump up and like kick and
Yeah. When I was in Australia, I hung out with some kangaroos, and like, you know, they can be a little aggressive pests. So, like, you know, when they start boxing, have you ever seen the kangaroo boxing? Like,
No.
on the back of their tails, they lean on the back of their tails and like hit with their feet.
I've seen the tail thing, yeah.
And I've eaten kangaroo.
Oh, really?
Very delicious, actually. Yeah. But
Did you have any emu?
no,
or emu?
I did
No?
not have.
Is it emu or emu?
Emu.
Okay.
I did not have that. I had kangaroo. Kangaroo is actually quite a tasty meat. But to answer your question about Vegemite, Vegemite is an interesting thing because, you know, if you eat Vegemite like peanut butter,
Yeah.
disgusting.
Okay.
But if you toast
That's
the
what I've
bread, you toast the bread, you put some butter on it, and then you put a thin layer of Vegemite on it. It's actually very, very
What does
tasty.
it taste like?
It's salty. Like it's
Okay.
it's a salty, like, I don't want to say it's peanut butter. I don't know how to describe the
Yeah.
taste, but it is a salty spread.
I'd like to try. I honestly like. I've never tried, but everyone who's ever said, you're the first person to say it's good.
I'm not crazy about it. It's not like I have it in my cupboard all the time. But when I was in Australia, yeah, I had it every once in a
I
while.
might like, you know what? I like anchovies. I've always like, when I was a kid, I always used to order anchovies on my pizza and stuff. I know a lot of
disgusting.
people. Yeah, see, a lot of people don't like
A lot of
anchovies.
people.
I don't know. Maybe I would like it, but Australia is definitely it's the one place on my bucket list like I haven't been to,
Yep.
and I definitely want to go. The big thing for me, it's like, it's not a place you go for like 1 week. It's like a 20-hour
you gotta
flight, so I
commit
want
to
to
it.
commit like, 2, 3, maybe a month to go there.
I would say at least a month to really explore
I
all
like
parts of
doing that.
Australia. Because you
Yeah.
want to go to Melbourne, you want to go to Sydney, you want to go to Cairns. I only stuck on the East Coast, but yeah, I'd like to check out Perth. But I checked out all the good spots, I would say. But I even went skydiving there. It was, a lot of things that can kill you in Australia.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, there's so many things that can kill me. Why not jump out of a perfectly good plane, right?
That was my thought process at the time. I was like, well, yellow.
Yeah,
So-
you make it, you like skydive all the way down, you make it, like that was fun, then emus kill you.
I did skydiving. Skydiving, bungee jumping, whitewater rafting. It's crazy. After I did whitewater rafting, I went down the rapids and then I saw 2 crocodiles sunbathing themselves in the same water that I was in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was intense.
No, thanks.
Anyways, guys, that was a great oversimplified. Please, if you have any suggestions, put them down below with the hashtag
My request.
and a URL link, and we will do your video pronto tanto. What else, Ryan?
Guys, like the video, it helps. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the little bell for notifications,
Ding, ding.
bug you guys all the time, and share with your friends.
Yes, please share with your friends. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate the support, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys.